Greetings.
Oh, we're actually on.
Yes. Yeah, he did count us down.
Did he count us down?
Yes, he did.
Hi.
I know we're so used to seeing, of course, us queuing at the top.
I know. So like throwing up. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Here to Help You. It is Tuesday, February the 6th.
Yes, the Earth Strong of the great Robert Nestor Marley.
And the Earth Strong of at exactly 12 o'clock a.m. tomorrow morning.
Listen,
Mr. Dave Rankin.
We still got another 24 hours.
No, it's not 24 hours.
Oh,
actually, it's 5 o'clock. So we have 7 hours.
Okay, there we go, right? Less than 24 hours.
And he's turning like 62. Doesn't he look great for 62, everybody?
Actually, he's 84, but
But honestly, in advance, happy Earth Strong. It's good to we're like, I know I can say I'm happy to have you around for obvious reasons, but like just as a brother, like it's good to have you here doing the work that you do, and you're still here. I appreciate
it. One more year to fight the struggle.
Yeah, so man. Big up yourself. And then Robert Nestor Marley, you're so close to his birthday.
Yeah, it's very
you're special like that.
Hey man, somebody got to be special,
Wow. So
true.
Everyone, welcome to the show today, and we have a fantastic guest today. Like today was a little bit weird.
But you know what? It is going to play out the way it's supposed to.
It always does.
It always does.
It always does. So last week, Dave, and we're going to do a really short segment before we bring in Mrs. Pauline Christian. Oh my God, I'm so excited because I've been dying to have a conversation with someone who I consider, I will say my elder because she's older than me, and someone who's been doing this for a lot longer than me, just to kind of look and pick her brain on what she's seen, what she has herself accomplished, and what she would like for people like myself who are new into the game.
Right.
What can we do better, right? Like, what is there still more to accomplish, right? Because she's done so much.
The purpose, of course, of generations of yesteryears, right? They are supposed to go ahead and pave the way, right? To make it, of course, that much easier for the future generations to come.
Absolutely.
Right. And you know what? And I'm interested in hearing how she's went ahead and accomplished these things.
Yeah.
Right, because this lady, she's a decorated citizen.
Yeah, her bio. Jeez.
Yes, she is. She's very much a decorated citizen. You know what? And I'm excited because it's not too often that, of course, we do get elders who've been around, who've been in the game as long as Mrs. Pauline, right? Excuse me, Miss Pauline, that is, right? But I mean, I'm looking forward to this, definitely.
Yeah. So what I want to do just for the first segment is obviously we're gonna rehash a little bit of what we went over last week, but one thing we know for sure this month is African History Month. So yes, we also are not celebrating, but we're discussing the importance of mental health. And last week we did a good segment, and to be honest with you, I'm very happy with the feedback that I've received. For those who haven't watched it, you can of course catch it it's not live anymore.
YouTube the thing.
You can YouTube it, you can Facebook it. It's on both the MyTCN YouTube and Facebook page.
There you go.
And of course, please share this topic. We'll talk about it a little bit for those who didn't get to catch it last week. Maybe we can, kind of like push them to go watch it last week, which is a little bit more detailed.
Yes.
We were talking about mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. And one more thing to throw in, which has nothing to do with mental health, but it's reggae music month.
Reggae music.
I didn't know that.
That's new to me as well.
That's terrible. I'm Jamaican. These are the things that, like, honestly, I get embarrassed because I should know these things and I don't. But you know what? Again, you learn and you live.
That them say, right?
you learn and you live. So last week we went over a couple different disorders, and what we were doing last week is we were looking at how they have impacted the African community. And what we were doing is I was talking about a lot of the diagnoses that I've seen in the DSM-5 now, which is a diagnostic tool that is used by psychologists to basically label certain things that they see issues. And people don't want to say label, but it is kind of a label that they put on.
Basically, it's a lexicon.
It's a lexicon of mental disorders. Yeah.
Right.
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
I just sounded really New York there, didn't I? Did you catch that? Anyhow, but no, so we were going through that and looking at the ones that you see a lot, very prominent in the African community. And Mr. Rankin was, of course, being the history buff he is, giving us some historical significance to why a lot of these diseases are
still rampant.
And affecting us. And this month we said we were going to go into these a little bit. So ones we went through last week were depression, which is huge.
Right.
We went through anxiety. I have my notes still. Well, Dave had my notes still. He's so efficient.
She had her notes.
And we touched on bipolar disorder. I think we talked a little bit about the highs and the lows of bipolar. We didn't get to go into too much detail, so I'm going to hit on a little bit of things today. Another thing we're going to talk on a little bit is psychosis. I did speak about my experience with schizophrenia a little bit, but just kind of maybe we're going to go through a little bit of the details today, and then we're going to, introduce our guests. But let's I wanted to finish this, so I'm glad we had a moment. Let's finish this up.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about psychosis a little bit. For those who may not understand how that works, actually psychosis can kind of creep up on you without you even realizing it. It's one of those disorders that you don't, like, they always say that crazy people never know they're crazy, right? Right. And I hate to use that word crazy, but that's what they say. That's what they say. It's a cliche saying, right? But that's what it's said. So sometimes you don't even know what's happening. Here are some early signs when you're looking at psychosis. Big up yourself. What? Oh my goodness! Did you see this clutch? Let me tell you something about my team. Jordan, big up yourself, Regin. Yes, thank you. So, was that you too, Dave?
Shall we continue?
What? So I'm so impressed at you two right now. So some early signs are social withdrawal, reduced concentration, attention, a depressed mood, sleep disturbance, anxiety, which we went into a little bit of detail before, suspiciousness, skipping school or work, and irritability. And a lot of these you'll find, of course, put together. The reason that they actually begin to socially withdraw is because they feel anxious. The skipping of school, of course, goes along with withdrawing. Right. The irritability can be with themselves, or sometimes just even with people, if they're really quick to anger. With people sometimes too. Something I noticed in my grandma, that she got really mad sometimes really, really quick. And she was, it's a suspiciousness, like always being like almost paranoid. It's what the word they give to it, right? So maybe, Dave, you can really quickly just look, like, hearing about these signs.
Right.
How and where would this have come from in the African community?
The paranoia is definitely from, of course, we're looking at now always having to look over our shoulder. Yeah. Right? When, of course, we were on a plantation now, bam, and we escaped now, of course, that having to look over our shoulder. Right? And now let's just transition now for today's society. Let's look at police. Let's look at law enforcement, right? To this day, the majority, there are some of us, right? To this day, when we see that squad car roll by us, even if they're just doing regular patrol that have nothing to do in regards to what you're doing at that point in time,
you get nervous.
The hairs on your, you know what I'm saying? Like that paranoia seeps in, right?
You know what else? I don't know if anyone else feels this. There is one type of dog that when I see this dog, I swear to God, I don't know why this happens. I don't know if it's because I watched way too many of those slave documentaries when I was younger. German Shepherds scare the hell out of me. And I love them. I think they're beautiful animals. But when I see them, I cross the street.
I hear you.
Like, they're scary. And honestly, it's just something that's in my head.
Right.
It's probably a very nice puppy. Right, but those things are huge. But whenever I saw one in like the shows, they were pulling our people apart. So I don't know, maybe too much Django. I don't know. So the acute delusions being followed or monitored, which would kind of going with what you're saying, Dave, being plotted against, having special abilities or powers. That one's the illusion of grandeur.
That sounds very extreme.
Yeah, it is extreme. But you would be surprised that some people really do think they're superheroes. Like, they really believe that they're here for a reason to do something really, and they believe it. So if you see or hear these things, if you experience these things, let me tell you something right now. A lot of this stuff, it can be helped. You can be helped. It's just recognizing and knowing what to do. And with our community, we've got to work together to try to get people to start talking about it, dialoguing about mental health issues.
That's what it comes down to. Folks, definitely, we can't afford to continue to sit on the sidelines. By means, if there's something that you have inside that you need to get out, find someone to speak to. it's imperative to our continuance,
our well-being, naturally. So when we get back, we were going to go right into some really good conversation with Pauline Christian. See you guys soon.
We are doing this event for the community. But what if CEO actually stood for catching every opportunity? This week alone, I've seen 3 businesses that shut their doors in this community.
Investing in yourself, like you have to know what your brand is first. So there's no other way that you're going to build a brand unless you network. You have to eventually get out there.
And it stems down to a lot of times not having the right knowledge, the right know-how.
Welcome back. So I'm so excited. I am too. So excited. I have a very, very stunning, I like adjectives. Can I go through a couple?
Go right ahead.
Bear with me.
Of course.
Remarkable.
Oh my goodness.
Magnificent. I should start from the B. Beautiful, of course, naturally. Stylish, innovative, powerful. Did I already say remarkable?
Yes, you did. Come on, we already got 6 for the 6th day of February.
Okay, that's good enough. Miss Pauline Christian, welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
We had you briefly, and I was like, I need her back. So today we have you.
I appreciate that.
And today, I'm being honest, what I really got you in here for is to just get some of that wisdom from you.
Okay.
Us, the younger generation,
Yes,
we need guidance. And I'm gonna be honest, like for those who say we don't, we're lying, because I really believe that we could be a lot further with, and we don't have that enough.
That's right.
So I'd love to. Today, I'm just gonna sit here like.
It's true. throughout the first segment, right? We definitely said that it's a must now. Of course, for those of our generations who are before us, need now to continue, of course, spreading that wisdom so that it makes it easier for the generations afterwards.
That's right.
Right? So, by means, the floor is yours.
Really, Dave? That's how you're going to set that up?
Yes,
Just tell me what you... Oh, my God.
So mentor us, guide us through our lives,
Yes.
please. Talk to us. No, tell us about, like, how did you get into doing the work that you do? What motivated you, and like, how did you get here?
I think I was an inquisitive child. However, I was kind of given a lot of boundaries and limits because I was brought up in a Christian home. And so with that, Seventh Adventist Christian home, and then they, on campus, the parties and stuff like that. I would go to party, have a good time, went back home. But, so I like physical activity. As you see, I'm still, even at my age, right? I'm still into physical fitness because I believe that the temple should be fit and ready to go at all times, right? Because if your body is fit, I find you can do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And so I went through Teachers College. Then before I went to Teachers College, I met my husband, right? Now, what's going to happen to my book? When you got the first...
We got it first. Exclusive.
So,
Tricked y'all.
I met my boyfriend after right after high school, right? And so then he left and he came to Canada. And so I went off to university, and then at the end, my home was very strict, and and at that time it was time with Castro and all that, and my mom had got got her brother to get the family over to the States. So because now my boyfriend had gone to Canada with his family, I thought, oh, well, I prefer to go to Canada after, teacher's college. So that's what happened. So the bell rang, and I took the first plane out.
Oh, wow.
Bye.
And I came to Canada, right?
Oh, boy.
And we got married and everything. And, first day I got here, I really didn't like it because I liked the movement in Jamaica. I was in social science and PE, and I was involved in almost everything, right? It gave me that exposure. So then when I came here, I thought, like, why am I here? Like things were going good, and I was enjoying college and everything. So I came here, and the first thing I thought, okay, university. You gotta get back to university.
Right.
You gotta get back into the education system, and then found it. My husband's friend was working at Bell Canada, and so I realized that Bell Canada pays for you while you are
in school.
In school. So
Wonderful.
I thought, okay, newly married, right?
Yes.
Now I have the best of
Both worlds,
There you go.
absolutely.
So I can be employed, and at the same time, they're going to pay for me to go to school. Great. So trust me, I go to work 7 o'clock in the morning, finish like 2:30. I did overtime from 2:30 to like 5:30. I leave work at 5:30. I get to York University for 7 o'clock. And so when these kids are telling me about hard work, and I finished that undergrad 5 years, part-time.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking
Homework,
about.
Yeah.
and then I start again. I remember, newly married, and then we had our daughter, Harlan, and yeah, so it's
If
like,
you had a child
and I
too.
never had a day off work. Never had a day off work sick. Never. And I worked almost 3 decades. Never had a day off. And I went to university, and I did what I was supposed to do on my time. So if I had to take a time off for exams and stuff, I took my time.
Okay.
I believe in honesty and integrity. I didn't want to get free time. I wanted to work for it. So I'm one that I'm not big on gifts and all that stuff because I like to work for it to because I want to be an inspiration to others. And because I know our history, because I was a social science student, right?
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that what's in the system that is making us so, disenfranchised. And there has to be a way of getting above it. So my thing was, I'm a seeker. I want to find it. I want to find the enlightenment, because I think that, you had other pioneers that did it. You had, at that time, I was big on Martin Luther King. That's why,
Yes.
been doing his program and all that. But when you look at all the other successful Black individuals that we have, like, what have they done to get over that bridge to get enlightened? So in my mind, I thought that there is a fine line that can differentiate you from being over here on the blackness or over here on the light. So there's a fine line between dark and light, but both of them can't exist at the same time, right? So you got to find that silver lining
That
to get you
balance.
over, right? So for me, every time in my life, my day-to-day walk is, I got to find that silver lining.
Right.
So it keeps me positive. Right? So I am not trying to find excuse why I can't.
Yeah.
So most times people think, even in the work studio, they think I'm whitewashed because I was getting the opportunities, because I was finding the way. And to me, I'm not one, I don't get into these cliques and say, okay, yeah, I don't get into the cliques.
Just leave it like that.
Yeah, right? I try to use wisdom, and because I'm a spiritual being, and every day I seek to be more spiritual than, not that I'm not human, but there's humanity and divinity. And I think that after a while, I can't see people who are older in the church and having great experiences and still cannot endure, they have no tolerance, and they're not able to take some of the experiences, the lived experiences that they have, to guide their children and our children outside of just their biological children.
Right.
So what I'm asking, what are older folks are not doing, why the younger ones are not given the opportunity to get ahead faster? And I think that the onus is not just saying the millennials are wild. I think there is a responsibility for us, the baby boomers, to make sure that, because the baby boomers are some of the richest, on the planet. Right?
Absolutely.
Right.
So and I still see people kicking their kids out of the house, and you got to leave at 18, and you got to go and what do you say?
Fend for yourself. Yes.
It's like, to me, no, it doesn't work like that. You have to get your kids and other people's kids that are our kids, especially because they're this.
Right.
We got to find a path to get them over here because situations have changed.
Yes.
Absolutely. And before, don't... We'll be back. I don't want to give too much. She'll be back. We'll be back.
This is my first year here, and I was so excited. I've had so many people come, so much traffic. I'm absolutely tired.
Because of all the exposure that I got from this great event, I was able to grow and evolve and create my very own label.
It's been a fantastic event.
This is my second year.
This is a great and awesome event connecting to the community.
So yeah, we urge you to join here. It's a great turnout.
So for those of you who are not here this year and have business, make sure that you're here next year because it's only going to get better every year.
So I will be back next year. So thank you. This is so awesome.
So people who aren't here, what would you tell them?
You're missing out. Come out and have some fun.
Telling black stories.
Woo! Telling you, boy. Wow. So,
Wow.
I want you to sign my cheek after. Okay?
I'm no signing of cheeks.
Not that one. This one, man. That one's already signed.
I know that.
That one's already signed. We have the lovely. Oh, I didn't say lovely last time, did I?
No,
All right.
this will be number 7.
Thank you. See, I'm
There
going to
you
get
go.
to 12 before we're done. The lovely Pauline. And if you're just joining us, just go back to the last segment. That's all I'm going to say because this is exactly what we need. This mentorship, which is exactly what you're talking about. It's going to be, okay, speak. Continue to talk, please.
I really do believe that in our community, we don't share enough.
Yes.
I
Right?
agree.
And then what I find is that sometimes when we see others become successful, and because we're all at it, and not on, because I believe that God has a plan for our lives.
Right.
So if something happens to me, people think I live in denial and I'm just going to break one of these days. I don't cry for death. My parents passed away. I didn't cry. I am not one to cry. I'm a doer. And I believe that if I've done my best for you, and the master thinks that it's time for you, then I've done my best.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not that, but nothing's wrong, but I'm just saying that's just
not
me,
you.
and I
Right.
want
That's
people
not
to
your character.
appreciate me for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand people who are, can express that, right? It could be good for them. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows for me? It's just that I don't resort to that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I believe that once I've given my best, if you want to take it and mess it up, even when you're screaming in my ears, I'll just pretend you're not even there.
So I have a question for you. Has this always been you, or have you had to go through some things to get to this point? Because that's a level of strength that I don't think not everyone, I don't know.
It's the quiet.
That's
the quiet
that
strength.
quiet
Yes.
strength.
Yeah, because I am very observant. So I just love just watching people. And when it comes down to leaders, I would have a lot of books in my library, dissecting leaders and watching them, their moves, look at consistencies, look at inconsistencies and looking at humanity and human nature and looking at spirituality, and how do we get that mix to create authentic people you can trust, people of integrity, people who love you when they say they love you,
right.
and they don't love you today, but if you lose a position or are not in a position, you see they're giving you a kind of slight, and when they think you're dead and you're not dead, you see them running back, and it's like, okay,
right.
you know,
I see you.
Yeah, I see you.
Yes.
I notice you. So I believe that there's a place for everybody. Once you are born on the planet, there is a place for you, and I believe that it could be in Africa, you're a victor.
Right.
But you have to be able to navigate your environment, right? And leverage the resources that were given to you. So if your wife, if you are meant to be, you are given everything that you need to be successful.
That's right.
Amen.
But you have to be wise enough. It's just like every time someone has an opportunity to see the silver lining in adversity, they don't use that opportunity to see the silver lining. They sit down looking on, oh yeah, something just broke. Oh yeah, we
everything
had a
negative.
earthquake. But in that is a silver lining for progress.
Right.
Yes.
But they're not looking with the eye, so they can't find it. So for me, when people are going crazy, I'm saying, where's the silver lining? So I'm a seeker of that silver lining. And they're thinking, oh, she has no heart. Look at her. She wouldn't even cry.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm looking for the silver lining because everybody else is going crazy.
Right.
And I know there's a silver lining to
somewhere.
take us as a people to the next level.
Yes.
Yes.
So every time I look for the silver lining, I get the edge. So that's how I get on the competitive edge, because when people are freaking out, I'm thinking, okay, hold on here. There's
what's the
something
lesson to learn?
That's right. Because in every catastrophe, there is progress, there's growth.
Yes, there is.
But you have to find the growth. But if you don't have the eye for the growth and you don't live that type of mindset, you can't see it. So that's why when we're looking through our eyes, you're seeing something different because of your orientation and all that stuff. You're seeing, and I'm seeing something different.
Absolutely.
But with us, we might be saying the same things.
Right.
You see, like how we are compatible and we're getting it, and the energies are flowing.
Right.
You could see we could be on the same wavelength.
Yes.
But other people, that's why I listen to people first. I'm everybody's friend, but don't claim me as your friend. I need to check your mind out. I need to check your mind out. I'm going to check it from afar. And I'm going to check it
Love it.
where you're not looking.
Right.
I want to see what you're made out of.
Yes.
Right? But I just don't, because and that's why I believe that as black people, if money is an issue, let's go find our own money so it can comfort us. So we're not clinging on to people because they have money or they look good.
Right.
We got to know who we are.
Exactly.
So we have an identity crisis.
Absolutely.
Who are we and whose are we? Right?
Yeah.
It's
so
true.
the minute you know who you are,
That's
you
it.
don't make friends to make you feel good about
Yeah, exactly.
yourself. No. You know, you have a plan. You're put on this planet to do what you're supposed to do. You know it. You map out your vision plan.
Yep.
You create your business plan. You make it plain and clear as daylight. And every day you just chip out.
Little bit.
So when the brother is over there going fast, you say, oh, you're on your plan.
Good
That's
for
not
you.
my plan.
Yes.
I do not follow the Joneses.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm unique. I'm different. Not
I
following
love
no
it.
Joneses. Right?
Yes.
So,
You see me over here like,
yeah. So
This is what we need.
We
Yes.
just need that confidence. And we need our people, the people around us, to make us feel confident about who we are, because they are investing into us.
That's right.
Because I think as human beings, we have a responsibility to do all the navigating and the leveraging and all that stuff to ensure that you deliver your passion or your purpose, but you also have a secondary responsibility to help the little guy beside you.
That's right.
So if every day you say, oh yeah, man, I can't help you out today, man, because I'm going to school. No, come on here.
Yeah.
You know how huge you are and what the brain mass, you know what's put up there by the Father? You can do, look at the things I did. I went to university, I work, never had a day off sick. And I'm doing church work and I'm doing community work at the same time.
And a mother, and a wife. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a daughter.
And a daughter.
Yeah.
That's right. So I'm not making excuses. So I think, and as you said, everybody's not going to get there at the same time, but I think we have to put a plan in place to get there. Because it gives us strength. And we got to also design our advisory, the people around us, make sure that they're the right people.
Hmm.
Because remember, you're a reflection of the people you
hang around.
harbor around you.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
very true.
Oh,
You know?
boy.
Very
so
true.
to me, you have to be strong enough to say, today I've done enough examination. You're gone today.
Yeah.
No more.
That one right there. Yeah.
Gone.
Letting people go.
Gone.
Yeah.
Let them go.
Yeah.
You're enough.
They're not going to take you anywhere. So why are you hanging on to them? Because of that, you know,
The emotion.
the emotion.
Yeah, it's the
but those
emotion.
emotions are good. It's good for making love and enjoying the real true friends. But
Not with
the brain has to
everybody.
work for me at all times.
Yeah.
24/7.
Right.
You know?
Right.
The brain gotta work.
Yeah.
We need to
It got-
something
it gotta
else
work.
because it is like negative energy. I've noticed has a tendency to just pull,
Pull you in.
like, and it's so strong.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, it is so strong.
So
So,
So
No.
you have to get to that point to say,
Yeah.
what? It ain't happening.
I
Yeah.
agree. We
You
need
know,
to.
and as you say that, it reminds me of this old Egyptian proverb, and it says that emotions do not make great leaders.
That's right.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
Yes.
Right, and regardless of the situation, you know what, regardless of positive or negative, right, that we must strive for some sort of balance so that we can continue to move on, right?
And to me, emotions really allows you, it provides you with the intelligence to maneuver certain types of stimuli that are coming to you.
Yeah.
So when someone acts a certain way and your emotions just go up,
To gauge.
you have to say, okay, you have to examine it. So, because now remember, you are your own scientist. So you're seeing what kicks me, what gives me that, that, you know, and you are intelligently looking at what makes you tick, what creates this for you, and then the people, and so you're just putting people now in a, and
All right,
In
we're going to
different
continue
spaces,
doing
yes.
this when we get back. We're going to do more of this. See you guys soon. Okay.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
So welcome back, everyone. Again, if you missed the last segment in the first one, sorry for you. But the bonus is that you can replay this on YouTube and Facebook, everybody. So listen, please share this video, like this video, especially for our younger women. I'm not saying anything to our younger men. Men, like, listen, there's very powerful men out there. We're gonna have a few of them in as well. But today, our younger women, we need it. We don't have, I really truly believe that we don't have enough women like you as an example. We have examples, and I'm not saying they're not good examples, but they're not great examples. You see, there's another adjective. I threw in great. You guys didn't catch that play.
blushing.
You see?
You ready?
I'm at 8,
You
right?
ready?
I need 2 more before the end of the segment. I'll get them in there. So now, the wonderful thing with all you're doing is you were a wife and you were a mother. How has that been? Even for a mother, talk to some of these moms out here.
And a daughter, because my mom was living with me.
And so you were taking care of
My
the
mom,
aging population as well.
That's right. And remember when my husband was sick, didn't walk for
Yes.
almost 4 years?
Yes.
I had my mother living with me. So I had one in a wheelchair and one in a walker.
And
Oh,
you
boy.
still didn't miss a day of work.
I didn't miss a day of work. And I bring people in to help.
Yeah.
We had to. And then I tried to change work, right? Which kind of backfired after. Because, at that time they're doing all the working from home thing.
Right.
And then after they thought, okay, your position is too much of a high profile position
For you to
be working
from home.
3 days
We need
from
you.
home. Even though I was one that never skipped work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never missed a day.
You did everything you
Right?
need to do.
And then I was told, okay, yeah, you have to go in town. At that time we were in Ajax, and I was working out of Scarborough, which was closer. And now I was told to go back downtown Toronto,
Oh boy.
right?
Jeez. And
Oh,
you
wow.
still did it though. You didn't miss a beat.
You can't. Because all those, I needed those to strengthen me for now.
Yes.
So all that was good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because all the, the individual that was doing that, I think, end up in a,
In a different place. There he goes.
So,
Mental health
Yes.
month. Hopefully the person's
Yeah.
getting some help.
yeah. So sometimes when people do things to you, what I see, I don't see them as bad. I just see what the struggles did to us, especially if we are this.
Our own, yeah.
I'm thinking, how could I help? How could I not have had this experience? But you're trying to save everybody, and sometimes you can't save everybody.
No.
But I don't believe in revenge. I just believe that everything that comes in your pathway, because you were designed by the higher powers, is for a reason, and it's supposed to make you greater.
Yes.
So when people fall because of gossips or whatever it may be, I just grow from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The more, give it to me. Give me more. I want more. And people, they think I'm crazy. No, give me more.
But didn't they say that it's always the crazy people who are great, the ones who they're like, you guys are nuts. Like, I'm sure they say that. Who built that first plane again?
Can you imagine?
Let's not talk about him. Let's talk about one of our own. So I just discovered who made the first egg beater, and that was made in February. So imagine making that first egg beater. People started like, why don't you just use a fork?
Yeah.
But what if this can be easier?
Yeah.
Be egg beater. So
And that's why, I believe in working out. I at the gym I'm crazy, because
But you can
Because
see it.
I
You
push.
see it.
I just push myself. I push myself because I believe that you have to be strong, and if you can work it through your mind and work it through your body, then when the hardship comes, you can work it. You can work it because
Right.
you've already worked it through your mental
Exactly.
and your physical, right?
As a mother, because I think our mothers need you. My mothers out there who feel like they don't have that hope. If there's a mother out there right now who's just like, oh, she can do it because maybe, she had this or that. You've just told people that it's been a struggle. It's never been handed to you on a silver platter. It was hard for you, right?
And I wouldn't have wanted it because I just love
that
struggles.
struggle.
Because I want to beat it.
Yeah,
I like to beat
that
the
challenge.
odds. I love it. Can you imagine if I would not be so healthy at my age and doing the crazy things I do if I didn't have that kind of a passion for life and zest for life and loving a challenge and always seeking every time there is adversity or a challenge as to, because I believe on the planet, if there's a minus, there's a plus.
Right.
And the person who cannot find the plus is the one that's not smart because you're not finding the solution. So when you give me the minus, for me, I'm not worried about the minus. It's already there.
Yeah.
I gotta find the
A
plus.
plus.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
Exactly.
focus.
There
I
you
gotta
go.
find the plus.
That focusing
And
of
it excites
energy.
me.
Absolutely.
It excites, yeah.
So mothers, finding that plus, how do you continue to find that plus? Because something, I guess for a lot of people, they'll say, okay, you can say it, but how do you actually start doing it? How do you start looking at that silver instead of that dark all the time? How do you do that? How's that something how do you get into that mental space?
It's a mindset. And I think, for the first part of my enlightenment, I had to take myself kind of in a closet. And you see, if you can't take you away from the noise and the crowd, you can't do it. Because if you need people to define you, it's hard because I need you to make me. It's good if you have someone, but for example, I was lucky. I had my husband. My kids think I'm the greatest, and they are smart. But for them to think I'm the greatest is because I'm joke.
Hold on, I have a new word. Because you're tremendous. 9.
No, my kids.
Nine.
Yeah. See, no, because I show them, and I'm consistent.
Mm.
And I push for success and excellence. You know, I could call my kids at 2 o'clock. They'll answer that phone, and I'll give them something motivating, to you know, and yeah. And so when I see them now, and so that's why I tell them, you got to do all the work now.
Yeah.
Right.
I stop.
Yeah,
I'm just sharing now.
Yeah.
Because I got to see you in it so I can help you, because you know how, I don't want to get onto this point because the parents will just throw me off. But I believe that parents
Speak it.
Go ahead. They need to hear it.
should give the inheritance now.
Mm.
If you can, if you can. Because we want to see our young people succeeding. And to me, if I don't give you practice now when I'm alive, why do I want to hear that you're successful? I wouldn't hear that you're successful when I'm dead.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure I'm feeding into you and I'm investing into you and I'm helping you. And it doesn't have to be financial. But I think that's the whole thing about mentorship and making sure that the next level of generation of kids, you know, they're going to just, they will survive because we have fed into them than to say, oh, start all over again. No, I'm not telling my kids to start all over again because I came here and I had to work so hard. And, you know, they have to work hard, but I'm not telling them, okay, I did this, so you have to do that. If you show me that you have the intelligence and the smarts to get over that that level, I don't have to put you through it because you have already witnessed to me that, or showed me that you can't go over that.
Yeah.
I'm now preparing you for the next level. But I wouldn't be giving my kids my inheritance if they didn't show that, you know, they were responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
But you got to teach them how to be responsible. You got to teach them how to be accountable. I got to teach them early. So when I see the little kids outside.
Oh, the brown eyes.
Oh, the brown. Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
You teach them when they're small.
Yes.
You don't wait for when they finish the MBA. Can you imagine if I'm telling my son, okay, now you finish your MBA, come on. No. When he was living in Hollywood, I said, listen, honey, time to get back to the roots. Because the same money that put you through school and now you have your MBA at 22, you got to come back now because teach you how to live the life.
Right.
You know how it is, you know, to drive the sports car and work in LA and all that stuff. That's an experience, a lived experience. Now back to reality.
Yeah.
Because now you got to grow them for the next level. And now my son, he blows me out of the water. You think I'm great? He is amazing. And my daughter, they blow. I don't have, you know, any problems. The 3 facilities we have, she's on top of her game.
Yeah.
She's, you know, just. But I forced them.
Yes.
I injected them with this.
Formidable.
There you go.
Formidable. So people, listen, follow. I've left some links. Follow the amazing Pauline Christian. Thank you.
That's 10.
That was 11. I said formidable.
Formidable.
You missed it.
Okay,
Thank
let's
you
count
so
12
much.
for another one there, right?
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
Honestly,
me.
No
we
worries.
appreciate
It's
it.
really fun.
And sorry about the book, guys. The rest of it you can find in her book coming out next year.
I've been writing it for 10 years.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone
having
for
me.
watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace and love, family.
Bye-bye.
Bye.